Hello, and welcome to Battle of the Beasts All Generation episode number 21. I'm Adam, and today... No, not 21. 121. I'm Adam, and today we got another exciting battle between two beasts that made it all the way to round 3, and one of them is making it through to round 4. Right, so with this, let's introduce our beasts. Representing Series 5, The Shade of Death, Book number 5, it is Trema, the Earth Lord, versus his opponent. Representing the infinitely growing group of specials, we have Ospira, the Savage Sorceress. So these two beasts seem to be quite interesting, really. One has a bit of an arc going for them, and the other one has proven to be quite strong when it came to the fights. Don't really remember any of their victims off by heart, but I know that they've had some close calls. Well, one had... No, I think both of these battles that they had so far have been a bit one-sided, so it's nice to see a clash of the titans kind of thing. But we're going to go into the stats now, with Trema first. Trema tunnels through the earth using his sharp claws and jagged teeth to defeat enemies. His muscular body is covered in thick blue armour, tough enough to withstand the strongest sword blows. His glowing red eyes help him see in the darkness, and a row of jewels sparkle across his forehead. Age 406, power 178, magic level 178, fright factor 95, size 306. Powers and abilities are Borrowing, Slime Manipulation and Breath. Trema can produce a slime that traps his enemies in place and even shoot it can shoot it from his mouth. Multiple Arms, Natural Weaponry, Natural Armor are all of his abilities. Weaknesses is a weakness to salt, like slugs. Trema is normally weak to salt, so he can be shriveled up by it. And enchantments. Yeah. Okay. Moving on to Ospira. With my handy dandy bookmark being a playing card. Well, joke's on you, it's actually a joker, but what can we do? One of Tom's most pitiable opponents, Ospira, is actually the sister of Adaro, Avantia's greatest wizard, cursed to take the form of a dreadful beast. Special fact is Dowtek discovered Ospira's journal, which tells her tragic story. Age is 28, power 271, magic level 196, fright factor 89, size 99. So, not very good stats when it comes to size and age, but hey, the power level, different. Saves it. Powers and abilities are magic, with the following spells being Freezing Spell, which can freeze people in place, Wind Spell, which can create a wind spell to disperse visions, Shapeshifting, so she can change her form to disguise herself as human, a Fire Spell, which can so she could conjure fire, and Transmutation Spell. Ospira can fire a spell which can turn stone into molten rock. Other abilities include Enhanced Strength, Enhanced Durability, Enhanced Reactions, Smoke Breath. Ospira can breathe a red smoke which can render any of it contains invisible. Which can render any it contains invisible. Okay. Voice Manipulation and Speech. With the voice manipulation, Ospira can sing a song that, when paired with her smoke breath, can knock people out. Okay. Wait, hold on, there's more. I didn't even do her weaknesses. Oh god. Half asleep here. Equipment is the Stone of Durfsin, which is that. Ospira wields the Stone of Durfin, which can enchant beasts if it cuts them. And a staff, which she casts all of her magic from. Minions are Varkules, so she'll have 4 at her disposal. Why 4? That was the first number that came to my head. And weakness is Reversion. If Ospira is weakened enough, the Beast of the Stone is removed from her body, and she reverts to a normal form. However, she dies soon after this. Okay. So, the battle will be at the Gwildorian Plains, and let's get into this. So, as we open up onto the Gwildorian Plains, the grass just gently brushing with the wind. We see Ospira making her way through the plain and then shout at the top of her lungs, "Trema, I have come to defeat you. You must show yourself, as it is our solemn duty as competitors in this tournament. We are gonna fight to the death." Trema doesn't appear out of the ground, but responds back to Ospira saying, well, responds back to Ospira saying, "You fool, you're in my world now. You are in my domain. I have tunnels building up underneath all of this earth. You need to be quite fast to catch me." Ospira responds, "Challenge accepted." And right then, Ospira immediately lifts up a staff, turns it, and stabs the stone of Durfsin down into the ground, causing the whole plains to shake. Trema is burrowing through the tunnels, feeling the vibrations, and shoots up out of the ground and shoots slime directly at Ospira. Ospira dodges with her enhanced reactions and shoots a fireball directly at Trema. Trema is able to turn round and have the fireball hit his back, only for him to immediately burrow back down into the ground. And burrows around through the tunnels. Ospira comes up towards the hole which is left by Trema, and decides that she sees a bunch of stone going around the underground of those tunnels at separate points. She casts a spell into the hole and turns any stone in all the tunnels into molten rock. As it starts boiling up, Trema feels all this and bursts out of the ground, enraged by this, goes to slash at Ospira. Ospira deflects it with her staff and pushes Trema back, just in the nick of time as well. Trema keeps attacking with all of his multiple arms and claws, and while Ospira is able to kind of defend herself here. And what she does, she releases a smoke breath as well as a wind spell to blind Trema. Ospira then sings her magical song for Trema to get a bit dazed and confused for a moment. Ospira is able to get away by diving into the hole, left by Trema, and Ospira continues to transforms into a beast that she's faced before. And she, with the transformation of the beast that she has faced before, she grows a lot in size, becomes more metallic, and starts giving out a slight hissing vibe to him. Trema is able to get undazed, is no longer phased by the song and fog and such. He goes back underground to try and find Ospira. Surely finding someone that small in tunnels this big won't be a challenge. But now, Tremors now doesn't know, but he's facing something else. He looks towards the end of a tunnel and sees a hint of metal. Trema, confused by this, follows it, thinking it's probably Ospira. Once he gets to the end of the tunnel and turns round, bear with me. So, once he gets to the tunnel and turns round, he's greeted by Gargantua. Now, for context, Ospira battled Gargantua in the first round and won. Is greeted by Gargantua, who immediately bites down on Trema with his metal teeth piercing right through his shell. Trema roars in pain and quickly gets back, shooting slime at the gargantuous beast. Gargantua seems completely unfazed by this and continues to follow Trema, as Trema's burrowing another tunnel to try and get away from this monster. Gargantua is not allowing it and is just is talking to Trema, going like, "What's the point in running? You know I'm going to catch up to you. I'm far more agile and quicker and bigger than you now." Trema doesn't humour Gargantua with responding. He just tries to get away. Gargantua continues to talk, going like, "What's the point in running? You know you're not good enough to go further in this tournament. You never will be, and you never were." Trema, enraged by this, turns around and just charges headfirst into Gargantua. Gargantua gets knocked back by this and go like, "Oh, so you do have some fights in you? Well, let's see if you got enough fight for this." Gargantua bursts through all the tunnels, exploding the Gordorian plains, exposing all the tunnels, wraps himself around Trema, binding Trema's arms together, and then bites down into Trema's jeweled head along his jewels along his head, piercing most of them, and piercing Trema's brain. Trema's roaring in pain, trying to break free, but Gargantua's not allowing him. Gargantua released his bite off of Trema, stares him right in the eyes, and said, "Pity, I expected more from you." Gargantua lifts up her sharp pitchfork tail behind Trema without him knowing, and stabs him in the back of the neck. Trema gasps in shock from this, and when Gargantua does that, she reverts back to Ospira, laughing maniacally as this titan of a slug is just there, all wind knocked out of him, but also just like I wouldn't say shocked, but more like just standing there from the experience that just happened, but also from just being attacked this badly. Almost like the life is draining from Trema's eyes. Trema doesn't know what to do. Ospira conjures up a fire spell, which she shoots around Trema, creating a fiery circle around him. And then using that, Ospira controls the fire to move closer and closer towards Trema. Trema can feel the heat going through his armor into his flesh, and Trema's feels himself burning from the inside due to his metal taking up all that heat. Trema's roaring in pain and agony, unable to get away from this, because Ospira also cast a freezing spell on him. And then, right before Trema feels like he's about to die, Ospira looks him in the eyes and says, "Yes, we were in your home territory, but you're fighting more than just me." Those were the last words Trema heard before he slumps to the ground, burned alive. So with that, Trema's lost, Ospira has won. If you think Trema should have won, please in the comments below why you think so in the comments. But with that being said, my opinion is final, and Ospira's moving on to the next round. So I gave Ospira the victory because, it's more than just Ospira battling here. Ospira is fighting Trema with the power given to her by Gargantua. So if you're not familiar with how this battle ended, it ended with Gargantua turning into her ring, and Ospira's wearing it. So the ring of Gargantua gives the holder more power than can be possibly imagined, making Ospira one of the strongest beasts in this tournament. Not the strongest, because there are quite a few very strong beasts left. But this is something which has given Ospira more power than has ever been given to Ospira before, and is why she's doing as well as she is. Trema, I'd say, put up a good fight, but once the shapeshifting came in, Trema was screwed in a way. Because Trema was facing more than just Ospira. She was facing Gargantua. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Gargantua showed up out of the ring, so Ospira was still around somewhere. No, Ospira, shapeshifting powers, did shapeshift into Gargantua. But the Gargantua ring told her to transform into Gargantua, because Gargantua knows that Gargantua can beat Trema. that's what happened there. So yeah, I'm afraid Trema's gone out, so that means there's one beast left in Series 5, being Hawkeye, Arrow of the Air. We haven't got to her battle yet, but when we do, hopefully she'll be able to put up a good fight. But who's her opponent? Well, only time will tell. But with that being said, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down in the corner below, and I'll see you next time.